Right, babe, we've had loads of questions there. And being as we're on the subject of love,
Yeah.
it's a question I've been wanting to ask you. I said how much I love you and how much you mean to me. And there's something that I want to do. Oh, I'm a bit nervous.
April Fools!
Thank God you didn't turn on the lights, otherwise you would have seen me.
We said, who lives next to us? She said, no one lives next to you.
Yeah.
And I,
Like, that's fucking
Whoa,
weird.
what was that?
Someone's gonna jump out.
Oh no, get away!
no, don't ask me. Hello and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Liam, this is Millie. Today's episode is all about ghost stories. Woo! So we brought in the professional. That
Hello.
being
The professional ghost storyteller.
I'm a ghostbuster.
Yeah. This is Naya. She is our producer, but on the side, she is a ghostbuster. So we thought, who other than to bring in than the ghostbuster herself?
And you probably hear us all the time being like, our producers in our it.
It's
This
me.
is Naya.
But obviously today's episode is, it's all made up because ghosts aren't real.
You're so negative.
But now they're gonna try and, persuade me that, by the end of this episode, hopefully I'll have a little bit of
Believe
belief
in
in
ghosts.
ghosts.
Well, Millie persuaded you about star signs.
True. Did I?
But again,
Yeah, I
is
think
that me
so,
just
yeah.
pretending to accept it just for the sake of our love?
And this is what will happen.
That's what Aaliyah would say.
That's what
Exactly.
Leo would say.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you do believe in it?
Yeah. But what I will say is I haven't experienced ghosts, but me and the boys did go to Talgarth Mental Asylum when we were younger. Talgarth is in Brecon in Wales. And
What do you mean you went to a mental asylum?
So basically, it's an old mental asylum which is all boarded up. There's all gates around it. You can't get in there.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, that does sound quite fun though.
Yeah. does sound-
why not?
no,
Like,
it does.
we're
If you
young
believe
boys.
in ghosts, that's quite fun.
True.
So there's like, if you get caught going in there, the police will come there as well. But we snuck in. We had to climb under this fence.
Yeah.
And we had to get in there. We got inside this mental. It was like super, super creepy. And we snuck in there, and it was just like, it was old. Like, do you remember when we watched Wrong Turn the other day? And
Yeah.
they broke into a mental. It was like that. They
Shut up.
had like these like cabinets and drawers of like people's like profiles and stuff like that.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and it was like, imagine a mental like a mental asylum or whatever it is. They had like, I'm sure they had the beds in there. They had like these things. It was years ago, but it was like proper
So it was just
freaky.
abandoned.
Yeah.
Abandoned, yeah.
Why?
But I don't know, like probably it's a listed building.
Yeah.
So if you were to buy it, you wouldn't be able to do anything to it really.
Yeah.
So it's just been left and deserted. So we went in there and it was like it was when it was like left.
But then don't you think that if you had stayed there overnight, you're telling me nothing creepy would happen and you don't believe in ghosts?
Well,
Like,
we did go in there in the night time. We went there about 9 o'clock in the night. So it was pitch black.
anything happened?
Well, it was proper scary, and I can't say I saw any ghosts, but with the boys say, "Oh my God, I saw something," and then we'd lay again.
That's all you just winding each other up.
Yeah, but like every ghost program,
Yeah.
the shows they watch,
Most Haunted.
Most
Remember
Haunted.
that one?
all these shows been on for decades and decades. Not once have they ever seen a bloody ghost.
Babe, it's not
So-
about seeing. You don't see
You don't
know,
see
they-
them. You feel the presence.
I know, but they think, "Oh, we got the ghost more," and picking something up, and then they run away and the camera never catches it. And it's
Run
like,
away.
how the f*** they still get commissioned these shows? I don't know, because they never once have seen a fucking ghost ever. It's like,
But it's the presence that's there.
Exactly.
I know, but it's like going up to Scotland and saying, "Oh, we're on the search for the Loch Ness monster." Well, you're not going to find it.
Not quite.
Can I just ask, do you believe in Ouija boards?
Yeah.
I really do.
Well,
I would never touch one.
yeah.
Ever.
So
I know.
Never.
No.
my great aunt, she believes in all that, and she's like, "Don't ever go near it, don't know," because
No.
when she was younger, that's when they were available.
Yeah.
Like, you could buy them, and she did one with her sister and all her sister's friends. Her sister was a bit older, which is my dad's mother, and they were doing it. And they said, like, "If you're there, speak to us, or give us a sign." She said, "Look, she wouldn't lie, but and she said the milk bottle off the table, it was empty. It lifted up in the air." Spun round and slammed against the wall and smashed. And she swears she used to do it all the time as a kid. But then she said, like, so much stuff used to happen.
That story
But
is
she said-
definitely exaggerated over the time. It
But she's very
lifted up
wise,
and
doesn't like.
spun.
She said, it
It's
smashed
Probably
fun.
just
the
fell off.
Did a backflip.
Yeah.
Start cheerleading.
But she said, what happened then, there was a mental institute then
Yeah.
in town, and it was people getting checked in too often then from a Ouija boards.
Oh.
And that's when they,
No.
in like the 80s, and they burned thousands of them.
And you're telling me you don't believe in supernatural stuff?
She swears by it. She says like ghosts are real, the supernatural is real. Like, man, like great auntie, she absolutely swears by it. She said, may I ever catch you doing a Ouija board, we will never speak again. She said to me. Yeah.
My auntie did one. No, my auntie's friend did one, sorry. I think it was like a group of 5 of them, and 4 of them ended up dying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God. That happened to girl in my town back home. It said like one of you's going to die. And
What do you mean it said one of you's going to die?
Does it like
girl I
dead
was-
you?
So girl I was in school with, her mother did one.
Scary.
Yeah, I was in school with a
Got
girl.
goosebumps.
Her mother did one, and then they did a Ouija board, and the friend died a week later in a car crash. So
That actually leads me to a story that a friend told me. It's not a ghost. It's about a tarot.
Any scary
tarot
story.
reading.
Yeah, go
Do you
for
want to
it.
know
Yeah.
it? Okay, fine. So this is actually really good because I really like going to see like a tarot card
Same.
reader or like
Hand
a
reading.
Yeah. So a friend that told me it was her mum's mate, right?
Yeah.
They both went to go and see this medium, and you know they say that they're not allowed to tell you anything bad.
Yeah.
This medium said, do not go to work on a Friday in the month of June because you'll die. You're going to die. Right? She said, I don't know what Friday of that month
Yeah.
is going to be, but it's a Friday of, like, let's say June, right? So don't go to work.
How do you explain that to your boss?
I know, exactly, right? So she's got a full-time job, and
Yeah.
she's like, I can't take every Friday off. And also, like, why am I supposed to believe this woman?
Yeah.
Like, I could get fired. Like, so I don't know whether I'm going to come in. I don't know. So
Yeah.
the mum and her friend work together. So the first Friday, the mum goes in, the friend's not there. And she was like, text her, where are you? She went, I got too scared. I'm not coming in.
Fair, I would do the same.
Yeah,
I
right?
would.
So would I.
Yeah.
Second Friday, she goes, no, I'm going to come in. And if my friends listen to this, I hope I'm telling this right. It's along these lines. I may be exaggerating something.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
She likes to
Second
do that.
Friday,
Hollywood.
she's like, I'm gonna come in. She doesn't turn up. Where are you? Are you okay? Myself again, not coming in. Third Friday, she was like, no, I'm not gonna, but I am gonna come in on the last Friday.
No.
Yeah, and what happens?
No what?
She was in a car crash with a lorry and went to hospital and got paralysed. But she didn't die.
My God.
Yeah.
Can she walk?
I don't know. I think because when I was talking to my friend about it, I didn't want to ask too many questions because we were
I'd be
talking
there with
about
my notepads.
Yeah, because I was like,
You'd be
are we
like,
going?
oh my God, I got goosebumps.
I've got goosebumps. I actually do.
I'm telling her, yeah,
I
it's going to be, the
know.
weather's going to be great tomorrow.
But it's because me and Chloe went to see a medium in New York.
Oh my God.
And then we said we'd been to see her
Yeah.
at this medium, and she was like, I don't agree with that. You shouldn't have gone to see them. And it was because that had happened. But she's literally paralysed.
What the fuck?
Wow,
know.
that's awful.
That's horrible.
So like, how
Yes,
can
sir.
you say you don't believe in like
I
spiritual?
really do.
Like that's proof.
It
but
is.
she
You
didn't.
literally got paralysed on a
Paralysed.
Friday in June.
Yeah,
Like,
But you've had a lot of ghost stuff happen to you, haven't you?
yeah. I feel like
Probably.
I'm that type of person where ghosts like latch onto.
yeah.
I've actually got.
I feel the same way.
Do you?
Gosh.
I hate, babe. There's people in life that feel like that. Okay,
You're just jealous because you don't have that
Yeah.
They
supernatural
obviously,
aura.
they obviously don't like me and they want to be around me.
they
But
don't.
Millie's such a bundle of fun to be around. They want to be around Millie all the time.
Yeah, and one of them was in fact in our first house that we lived together. Me and Liam.
Oh, what?
Yeah, in Epping, in Essex.
Invested.
Like, what? What?
And I actually named her Beth.
Why, Beth?
Don't know. That was
were
the
named-
name that was coming to
You
me.
were drawn to that name.
I was drawn to that name. I was
Yeah.
like, this is Beth. Her name's Beth.
Yeah.
Her name was Beth in her past
Yeah,
life.
you were drawn to the name. I get. Yeah, I get
Right.
that.
So Liam didn't believe in Beth. But let
But
me.
I used to hear a lot of noises.
So tell
Riddle me
Naya the backstory of the house that we lived in.
So it was owned by a very rich family. I don't know, say 200
In the 1500s.
1500s.
Yeah.
You know, and it's got the workers' houses along the side as well. Massive home on acres and acres and acres of land. And they lived there, and then years
They all
later,
died.
From what?
It was a woman and 6 brothers.
Yeah.
She lived with 6 brothers. That's my idea.
Because
of hell.
it was like, Bridgerton days where like all the family they lived in this house, right? It's an Elizabethan house, mansion, right?
Yeah.
We obviously didn't live in that alone. It eventually got renovated into apartments.
Yeah.
But so first it was that all the brothers died.
And then it got turned into a woman's prison. An all-female prison.
Yeah.
Get away.
And they actually used to hang some of the inmates outside. So there's still, to this day, we've seen they leave. It's 3 steps.
That lead to
3
nothing. It's outside the front lawn, like in the sort of like where we had our car park.
Yeah.
It is just 3 steps.
And then it burnt down.
No, you're missing the key piece.
I'm missing a key piece here. What's the key piece?
One of the women in the cell tried to commit suicide and set herself on fire The whole house then went up in flames.
Really? The whole prison went up in flames. Yeah.
The whole prison, they were to a house. So she tried to kill herself
and killed so many people.
Yeah, but she definitely died.
So that could be Beth.
But
I think that is Beth.
That's Beth.
I think you found Beth.
And I feel like because then it was derelict for a bit. It was a listed building, so I don't know how they converted it into apartments. But inside there was 8 different apartments, and we lived at number 8. And I just felt like Beth's cell was in number 8.
Can you find that out?
I doubt we can find it out.
I don't know how I'm going to find that out.
You know what? Leave it with me. I'll
Yeah.
try to find out.
I think
Yeah.
I think the documents were burnt in the fire.
How
There was no cloud. They couldn't save it on the cloud
Yeah.
back then. So the documents were burned in the fire.
Saved to the cloud.
It's called the Haunting of Hill Hall is where we lived.
The haunting
of Hill Hall.
Basically, the house is called Hill Hall. Hill Hall. So
we all say it so differently.
Yeah, we
accent.
Hill space Hall.
Hill
Hill Hall.
Yeah.
On 3, 2, 1.
Hill Hall.
Yeah.
But obviously, this is the Haunting of Hill Hall. Sounds like a series on Netflix, doesn't it?
Yeah. And on these articles, you can find like they say that there is a woman who haunts this house, and she wears like all white or all black or something.
Did you ever see her or just felt her?
I think I saw her in my living room.
Get away. When?
Right, so this is Liam thinks I'm mad.
You just weren't there.
But by this point, right, so this is now where the horror, the scary stories begin.
Right.
So we move in.
Yeah.
It's around, Liam wouldn't be awake most of the time because he goes to bed quite early, but I go to bed quite late, and it would be midnight, between 12 and 1, every night, the same footsteps above us.
To be fair, one night we were in bed and
I said to you, wait, I said, look, it's
I felt like
time.
there's someone in the house. I did feel like there's someone in the house.
Liam had to go and search. I've got goosebumps.
I've literally look at my arm hair.
Yeah.
Literally look at my arm hair.
Oh my God.
Look.
Even talking about it. But Liam didn't believe me for ages. And I was like, Liam, I swear to you, when you're asleep, it felt like the same repetitive noise of someone walking in the bedroom upstairs and then closing a door. And I think a closing door sound is very distinctive.
Yeah.
It was literally like a full-on closing of the door, and there was a bedroom right above us, and that bedroom led.
So basically, it led into a bathroom,
Right.
which had a cupboard in the bathroom, which not a cupboard, like a door, and then you could
always
open the door and go in there, and it was like an old boiler in there, but then it would stretch. It was like an
crawling
attic.
path.
You could crawl. You could crawl. We'd never crawled.
I would never.
You can crawl, and it stretches round like.
But you know, in the old days, like where the servants they couldn't travel sort of around the house. They would have their own private
Their own, like,
walls.
staircase. More.
They
Yeah,
would,
they're going with the house got rebuilt since then.
it did, yes. So whether they or not they kept that
They
anyway.
might wanted to have like kept the features.
Maybe.
But but you could crawl and you could just it'd go, but like it was just pitch black. I couldn't see anything.
So we never went far.
I'd be
we
scared
never
of the
crawled
rats
along.
actually, in case there were rats.
But I do remember us being in bed one night and thinking there's someone in the house. So we assumed then that the apartment next to us.
Yeah.
Basically, they were big apartments. It was like 3 floors, that apartment, wasn't it? But they're very spread out. But we thought it was like the one next door to us. Maybe our bedroom was next to.
Our neighbour.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
It was. Backed up on. So the noises
Right.
we're hearing is our
It's
neighbours.
actually right. Yeah.
So it's not like it's not like a normal block of flats. It's not like that. It's like a
yeah.
big massive house, and it's like we had the whole one side. It was that sort of thing. So we asked the woman who's in charge of the building. We said, who lives next to us? She said, no one lives next to you.
Says you're not connected to any neighbours.
we assumed.
So what's
the
the footsteps? It's Beth.
It's Beth,
It is
right?
Beth.
It is literally Beth. And then we asked the caretaker, and he said it's rats. They like to bring apples up there and like eat the apples. And I was like, mate, that's not what
That is-
footsteps sound like.
No.
But he
Or a door.
Yeah, or a door.
Yeah.
And it was funny that it was the same time every night. And when Liam wasn't there,
Yeah.
it was way louder. And I know that, because I was on my own, maybe I'm
But maybe
overthinking.
because you're a woman as well.
I felt
Do
she
you know
liked
what I mean?
me.
Yeah, exactly.
She
She
liked
felt more
me.
comfortable. She could be out and about.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly what I said. It's literally what I said. When I explained it to people, I said she liked
Me
me.
and
She
you.
felt comfortable. And she just felt comfortable with it being in my presence
Yeah.
and just roaming around
Whereas
the house.
like, oh my God, a man,
Yeah,
like, I'm
ew.
going to hide, getting
Yeah.
an ick.
Yeah.
So did you said you saw her, didn't you?
So oh my God, it actually makes me feel a bit sick. I don't actually normally tell this people because
Oh
I
my
think
God.
people think I'm mad.
I don't.
But I was you in the house or was you not?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think you was in the house, which
Yeah.
is why I think she was quite present there.
Oh, little Beth.
She felt
Yeah.
comfortable.
So the way our bedroom was, right? So imagine our bedroom is here.
Mm-hmm.
You go down some stairs. We have a door, and then it leads on to the living room where we had a big sofa, like in like an open space.
Yeah.
So the lights are. Oh, I've got the bedroom light on because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I used to actually sleep
Oh,
with the
bless
lights
you.
on because I was that scared. Or I'd
Yeah.
have the TV on all night
Yeah.
because I couldn't sleep in pitch black. No way. Or silence. I couldn't hear silence because I would hear her. And I opened the door. I haven't slept yet, and I'm really thirsty, and I'm
Oh.
petrified, and I'm like, I need to go to the kitchen and get a drink. I can't not. But I thought I'm going to brave it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I opened the bedroom door out to the living room, and the back of the sofa, is like sort of, I can see the back of it.
Yeah.
There is a woman sitting on the sofa, just like that, looking at
Get
me.
away!
As I opened the door, she had white, curly, short hair. Like it was literally like she was an old woman. I can clearly see what her face looked like. If I saw her in real life, I'd be like, you were the woman.
Oh my God.
She had curly, white, like short hair, and she had her arm up like that, and she was just looking at me. And I
don't
then
like
went like
that.
that, turned the light on, and
And
obviously she was gone.
No, honestly, look at that now.
Well, so what was your initial reaction? Or did you get back to bed and think,
I turned the light on, and weirdly for me, I still went and got to the
You
kitchen.
don't want to be scared in your own home.
I was like,
but when did you see it? Did you get back into bed and think, I thought I saw something? Or initially do you think,
no, I know,
who's
yeah,
that?
I know, I knew that was someone. I panicked. I went like that, and I looked, and I knew, but I was like, what am I going to do? That's just Beth. It's Beth.
It's Beth.
One you definitely saw someone.
I believe you. I do.
The final thing to add to this story
Yeah.
of why I think Beth is real. I don't want to go on for too long, but I told my friend at the time, and you were still in the house at this point, but you would got popped out, and I was like, Ryan, like this is really freaky now. I've seen her on the sofa. Like I've promised you, and he was like, we need to like somehow speak to her.
Summon her.
We need to get her
Yeah.
to be here. And this is daytime. Bearing in mind, daytime, nothing happened during
Yeah.
the day. It was
Feel
only
safe.
at midnight.
Yeah.
And so we've gone like, we've sat down like, right, let's try and speak to her and get her. So we were like, right, if there is a presence in this house,
Yeah.
please make yourself known.
Right.
Like that. We're like just literally looking at each other. It's like 15 seconds. Literally like, I'm upstairs. Right? Me and Ryan was like, shut up. Shut up. She's here, she's here, she's here, she's here. And I was like, right, it could just be a fluke. Could be a fluke. Like maybe that was just a coincidence.
Yeah.
And we was like, right, let's ask another question. Like I said, I think she's a woman. But he was like, okay, right, let's say, are you a male? Nothing.
Don't.
Absolutely nothing. Are you a woman? Another bang. Literally another bang. And we were like, right, okay. At this point, we're now just saying it's all coincidences, but we're still asking questions. And then the final thing that like through us, like literally I was like, there's no right in this. We gone, right, okay, yeah, that's really freaky. All of a sudden,
Leah's trying not to piss
We come in
himself.
peace. We come in peace.
you have to, babe. They might hurt you. You don't know.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Right? So it's a nice summer's day and the window's wide open.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, this massive black moth flies into the room.
Ooh.
And we were like, I was like, oh my God, Brian, look. Like, and he was like, oh, what is that? What is that? It's like literally like this big and it's lying on there. It's pure black.
I've never seen a pure black moth before.
Exactly. How strange is that?
Yeah.
He went, that's really weird. Like, have you ever seen a black moth before? And I went, no, have you? And he was like, no. And he went, let me Google it.
Oh no, what?
Never guess what a black moth means.
Tell me.
There's a presence living in your house.
See?
There's literally like someone like a ghost,
a presence,
a dead presence that's living, and they're trapped. Liam just doesn't believe it.
Maybe you should go back to the house and untrap her, set her free.
Well, I was nice to her. I was like, look,
You should have done an Ouija board.
No, they're
No way.
banned.
Set her free.
Absolutely not. You don't want to
No
die.
way.
You don't want to be paralysed at all.
If you
would
cared
kill
about
me.
Beth enough, you should have,
I think Beth would kill you, in fact. She did not like
I think
you.
she liked Millie.
Yeah.
When you're in the house.
So after hearing all of that, like, I don't understand why you're still a bit sceptical, or you don't understand the presence of ghosts.
Because as wonderful as my girlfriend is, she does like to exaggerate on a lot of things.
Yeah, but Beth was there. Like, you even heard her footsteps.
I heard...
He did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I heard movements.
Movements.
But
What did you say when you heard the footsteps?
we went in bed, I was like, what the
I
is
said,
that? I was like, this
yeah.
I was like, what the that's like...
It was footsteps. You know what?
And I remember saying, Beth, we have no harm. If you want to live here, you can live here.
We come in
knew
peace.
he was getting freaked out.
I was getting a bit freaked out there. Because you had made this story and I was like, what the f-? Like, is this real? But then...
But all this happened when Liam weren't there, so I'd say, "Oh, this has happened
should have recorded
today."
it.
Yeah, but I did
No.
used to do your bangs. Like, but I thought, look, old house, I'd just get on with it, you know.
Did that not scare you?
It was a freaky place to live.
Yeah.
And I...
Like that's
Whoa! What was that?
Shut up, you just said that. Someone's
No.
in there,
shut up. No, what? Everyone's in there. Everyone's in there.
But they're laughing. Are you?
Someone's gonna jump out.
Oh no! Get away!
No, don't do that to me. What are you doing?
I'm scared now.
Are you gonna play a prank? Are you gonna play a prank?
I'm scared
stop
because there's a
looking
doll
over
there,
there.
and it's going to be someone when I'm telling my story.
Stop looking.
I can't.
No, I'm scared.
Oh, for
Anyway, enough of that. We want to know your
Oh, God.
ghost story now, or scary story.
This was a scary story. This
Yeah.
isn't a ghost story. But
Okay.
this is a tale that I've heard for years now.
Right.
So I'm from Yorkshire, if you can tell by the accent, and I live really close to Leeds.
Mm.
And there's a story about this girl that was getting ready for a night out, and you know,
Do you know this girl?
no,
No.
it's just a story
It's a
that
story.
you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was getting ready for a night out, and her friend's like, "All right, like taxi's here. Get in the taxi. Get to the club." When she's in the queue, she's like, "Oh, I've left my ID. I've left my ID. I'm going
Typical.
to quickly run back because I don't know why we even got a taxi, but I'm just going to run back to the house, grab it and come back." So she did exactly that.
Right.
She goes to the club, has the best night ever.
Mm.
Comes back for like afters or like just to like go to bed. They turn on the lights and everything's been stolen. So she goes into a room.
Oh my God,
Literal
no,
goosebumps
no, no.
again. She goes into a room and there's a note on her bed that says, "Thank God you didn't turn on the lights, otherwise you would have seen me." How horrible is that? How scary is goosebumps? Goosebumps. Like that story.
Oh my God.
When I went
oh
to
my
uni,
God.
I was petrified of that happening. I'd like triple lock. I'd walk down the road, go back, check again. I was just terrified.
Thanks into the lights
So
on. otherwise you would have seen
Seen
me.
me. And he was in her room when she went to go get her ID from like the desk.
And she didn't turn the light on.
And he was so confident that he wrote a note. Like he found a pen, found a bit of paper, probably laughed.
Wow.
Imagine that in like your new house.
I
I'd have to
couldn't even,
move.
Like, that's horrible.
I'd have to move.
But it's a bit similar. I don't know the story properly, whether you've heard it or not. But the Tinder one where they went on a Tinder date and tried to get her back to his house, and if she had gone in, it was like all these things that had happened that along the way was giving her signs, don't go back.
Yeah.
And then it came out to light that he had set his whole living room up with
With cling film. I saw that one.
because he was taking her back home.
Oh my God,
to
I
kill
saw
her.
that one. I've literally hate that story so
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
Apparently, if
pleasure.
you get attacked by a man, you got to punch them in the chin and it like knocks the brain around a little bit.
Really?
Millie be like, right, stay still, mate. Trying to through the chin there.
But like I used to, when I went to uni, I used to like, sometimes I couldn't be asked getting attacked home, and it like as a student you're so broke. And I used to just, it was so funny like looking back now, you just see like girls just running home and we'd all be like running and I'd have my keys like this. Like we're all doing like a marathon.
It's tough out there.
I was pissed.
Yeah. It shouldn't be like that, should it? Men
No.
just
But like I'd start
pretty
running, I
bad.
see like, my
So
best friend's
bad.
like
Yeah.
leaving a bit early and I've like caught her.
That's actually like not funny because the fact
It's
that we
not.
have to do that.
yeah.
But like we do.
I know, it's a sad world.
Sad world.
Yeah.
Men, pigs.
Pigs, the lot of you.
Yeah.
Not everyone,
I'm
but
joking.
a lot of them can be.
Yeah.
A lot of them can be.
We've gone on from ghosts to men killing women.
Misogyny and
What the
Anyway, that's it.
I thought you had a scary story.
episode?
You only have one story, do you?
Yeah.
There's no ghost stories.
And you have
Nah.
none.
I thought you were the Ghostbuster, the Ghost Whisperer.
Sorry. I do have one, but we're strapped for time, so maybe next time.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go away, do my work on, mediums and
Yeah.
spiritualists and stuff, and see if my view can change. And then if it
That's what we
does,
should do. We should get the
Should we get
medium
medium
on.
in? All right.
And
we
do
could.
it on
Yeah,
Liam.
maybe we'll get that in. Maybe we'll do that.
We should.
But that is it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Our ghost real. Let us know what you think in the comments. And I'll try and sway my mindset. I want to say a lovely thank you to Naya
Yeah.
for joining us today. She did an incredible job. And we will see you all next week.
See you next week.
Liam and Millie is a Sony Music Entertainment production.